So day 2 is done. I initially started off with learning basic vocabulary terms. So I wrote down the characters and then the romaji, then the definition of that in English. I wrote down the characters for desu, and then desu in English, and then to be. I did that for about 18 words, and I noticed that I was having a little bit of difficulty with them because I didn't recognize the characters. So I opted to focus more on writing again today, and I think I'm going to be focusing more on that to start off with, so I can understand that these are the characters and that these are what they represent, and combined they make this. It would just be easier for me to learn new words that way. The first lesson was hiragana, so it went through the basic characters of hiragana, all 46 of them. So I photocopied that. I have that in my study guide. So I wrote out all of the columns by hand, say this means this means that, as a way to implant that this symbol means this, and that I would have a basic understanding of, I wrote that down. I recognize that symbol. It's in my head now. I went from that to copying down each character again, but with a blank next to it, so that way when I get more comfortable with each of these characters, I'll be able to quiz myself, see how comfortable I am, and if I'm ready to move on. And they're all considered a single syllable, which I find very easy, especially when in regards of haikus, like that makes more sense, 17 syllables. I'm far from memorizing words or the individual meaning of the characters, but I have a grid system laid out. I'm trying to get the grammar and the concepts down first before I learn the words. As I was approaching the end of my learning, I found something that I thought was very interesting. I discovered the idea of dakutan, which is a two-dot symbol placed on the upper right of a character that changes the character's sound to be a voiced consonant rather than a voiceless consonant. A voiced consonant is a sound that vibrates your vocal cords, and the example they gave was with a G. When you place your hand up to your throat, G, you feel it vibrate, opposed to what they said K was, you don't feel your throat vibrating. It expands the characters I have to memorize, but not by much. It's a very simple concept that I'm sure can be adapted easily. Once I get the primary group down, adding these will not be hard. So, day 2, it's done. Day 3, tomorrow.